This is a superpower capsule developed by humans. It contains a special gas that, when inhaled by an ordinary person, instantly enhances their body, allowing them to crush a Ruger P-08 pistol with one hand. This German general, in his quest to invade other countries, ordered Dr. Poison to develop a biochemical weapon. This toxic gas bomb is extremely lethal, and if used on the battlefield, millions would perish. A soldier happened to witness everything. To prevent the disaster, he secretly took Dr. Poison's experimental notebook and fled in a plane. The scene shifts to a stunning woman basking in the sunlight. Suddenly, the plane breaks through the barrier and crashes into the sea, its engine smoking and failing. Just as the soldier is about to drown, the woman rescues him. But the danger isn't over yet. The soldiers chasing him have also entered the barrier. The woman is both shocked and delighted to see the handsome man before her, because she has never seen a man before. This is an isolated place, a paradise island that all men dream of. It is inhabited only by women who never age and are incredibly skilled warriors with unparalleled strength. They are the Amazons, personally created by the god Zeus from clay. This little girl is named Diana, the illegitimate daughter of Zeus and the Amazon queen. From a young age, she trained alongside the others and mastered various combat techniques by the age of 7. As she grew up, her divine powers began to awaken, and she soon defeated the second most powerful warrior on the island. Seeing a man for the first time, Diana is at a loss. Before she can ask what's going on, a large group of soldiers storms in. The Amazons, upon discovering the intruders, immediately prepare for battle. A fierce fight is about to erupt. At first, the Amazons have the high ground and an advantage. But while they wield melee weapons, the enemy is armed with guns. Once the battle begins, casualties quickly arise. Despite their formidable combat skills, the Amazons struggle against the German army's advanced weaponry. After a hard-fought battle, the Amazons emerge victorious but suffer heavy losses. The queen interrogates the man, but he refuses to speak. So they use the lasso of truth, which forces anyone ensnared by it to tell the truth. The man reveals his name is Steve, an American spy. He then exposes the German army's plot to develop toxic gas bombs. Diana believed that Ares, the god of war, was behind all wars. Because Ares was the son of Zeus, he disliked humans, so he frequently incited wars among them. To stop all of this, Diana decided to eliminate Ares, the god of war, but her mother disagreed with her plan. However, that night, ignoring her mother's warning, Diana broke into the Amazon temple, took the 40-meter-long lasso of truth, and the god-killer sword granted to the Amazons by Zeus. Then she set out with Steve on a journey to slay a god. The man pulled the trigger, but after the gun fired, the bullet was blocked by the woman's hand. This move left the other assassins in shock. They had no idea that the woman was Wonder Woman, Diana. The bracers on her wrists had immense defensive power, capable of deflecting all physical attacks. This morning, Diana followed Steve into the human world. On the streets, her towering 1.8-meter-long legs stood out. To avoid drawing attention, Steve took her to change clothes, but after she changed, he was completely stunned. Indeed, a beautiful woman looks good in anything. Experiencing civilization for the first time, Diana was curious about everything. Even eating an ice cream by the roadside brought her great joy. Meanwhile, although the notebook was lost, after numerous experiments, the scientists still managed to recreate the poisonous eggs, which were even more lethal than before. At the same time, Steve handed the scientist's notebook to his superiors, but this could not stop the war. So Diana asked Steve to take her to the battlefield, because she believed that Ares was there. Only by eliminating him could the war end. However, as soon as they left the base, they were ambushed by German assassins, but they were no match for Diana. She swiftly took them all down. On their way to the front lines, they saw wounded soldiers and shattered battlefields everywhere. Witnessing the horrors of war, Diana became even more determined to defeat Ares, the god of war. Soon, they arrived at the front line. Upon learning that many civilians had been captured, Diana ignored everyone's warnings and charged straight into battle. Every bullet fired at her was effortlessly deflected. Even powerful artillery shells couldn't harm her. Her invulnerability quickly drew all enemy fire. Seeing this, Steve immediately led his troops into the fight. In less than 5 minutes, they had broken through the enemy lines. Upon entering the occupied town, Diana effortlessly flipped over an enemy tank with her bare hands. Just when they thought the battle was over, a civilian suddenly collapsed. There were still snipers hidden on the tower. With Steve and the others' assistance, Diana eliminated the last wave of enemies. A town that the Allied forces had failed to capture for a month, Diana liberated in just 10 minutes. That very night, Diana and Steve shared a romantic moment. The room's light remained on until dawn. However, to their shock, just after they left, the Germans launched a poison gas attack on the town. When they rushed back, They found no civilians had survived. Diana was completely enraged. She stormed into the German headquarters alone, believing that the German general was Ares in disguise. After eliminating all the guards outside, she confronted the general. Without a word, he opened fire. He had taken a mysterious capsule, which granted an ordinary person immense power. His sudden surge of strength caught Diana off guard. But Diana was a demigod. No amount of pills could make him more than a mere mortal. Realizing he couldn't win, the general tried to escape. But Diana ensnared him with the lasso of truth and delivered a fatal blow. She thought everything was over, but he noticed soldiers below were still transporting poison gas bombs. Diana was confused. Wasn't the general the embodiment of Ares, the god of war? That moment, Diana saw a German parliament member. He was actually the true form of Ares. Diana tried to kill him, but her godly sword turned to ashes instantly. Ares' power far exceeded her expectations. He told Diana, "I only gave humans inspiration to create weapons, not orders to start wars. They kill each other out of greed. This is human nature." He invited Diana to destroy human civilization together, to restore Earth to its original state, making the world peaceful again. Though his words held truth, Diana refused him. "Since we disagree, let's fight." Ares lived up to his reputation, defeating Diana single-handedly. Meanwhile, Steve arrived with allies. Many poison bombs were loaded onto planes. They had to act before deployment to battlefield. Steve decided to sacrifice himself to hijack the plane. Ares controlled countless grenades, hurling them all at Diana. After a massive explosion, Diana was violently blown to the ground. Ares revealed his true form in the flames. Steve found Diana, wanting to say goodbye before his mission, but the explosion damaged his hearing. Diana couldn't hear his words clearly. After speaking, Steve flew the poison bomb-laden plane skyward. Ares emerged from the flames, attacking Diana again. He trapped Diana with tank treads, crushing her tighter until she couldn't move. Seeing Steve's plane reach safe altitude, Steve pulled out a gun and detonated the bombs mid-air. Steve's death awakened Diana's full power. She blasted Ares away, but lost control, slaughtering soldiers. She lifted a 100-ton tank barehanded, ready to crush Dr. Poison. This pleased Ares. "If I kill them all, how am I different from demons?" Then Diana remembered Steve's words, "I could save today. You could save the world." These words restored her sanity. She realized war can't be stopped by killing, only through love. Ares summoned lightning to finish Diana, but she blocked with her bracelets, absorbing its power. Diana awakened thunder power, unleashing a final attack. After Ares died, the war ended. Diana saved the world, but lost her love. Remembering Steve's words, she chose to stay in human world, instead of returning to heaven to protect peace. From then on, she became the superhero, Wonder Woman Diana.